Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. It's about that time. Let's go take that walk and see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, welcome to Greg's Beer Reviews. Today, guys, I got a beer here that I don't think it has survived. This was sent to me by one of my subscribers in a padded envelope. And when I got it, half the beer had leaked out into the envelope. I'm very surprised that the post office even delivered it. Stuff was dripping out of the bottom of the bag when it was pulled out of the mailbox. You cannot ship a bottle of beer in a padded envelope. It does not work. I'm actually surprised it wasn't broken and glass shards were sticking out of the bag. Half the beer is still in there. I don't know if it's going to be carbonated or not. If it is, we're going to continue the review. If I open it up, there's no hiss or anything to the bottle, you won't see this review. I will be pouring it out and deleting this review. So we're going to see what happens here, guys. I don't know why the beer would leak out of the bottle unless something got against the cap. And if it did, air could get in there and the beer is probably going to be flat. If it has no hiss, that's the end of the review. So let's see what happens when I pop the cap off of this. It's only got this much in the bottom of in the bottle. So I hate that whoever bought this spent their hard-earned money on this and then put it in a bag. It has to be in a box, guys. You cannot. This is a reason. This is a beer mail video reason why you cannot ship beer in a padded bag. It has to be in a box with some bubble wrap around it and all that. Now, if you put it in that padded bag, then put it in a box with some kind of styrofoam peanuts or something like that in there, it may have survived pretty well. But just stick it in one of those padded U.S. post office envelopes and shipping it away. Like I said, I don't know what to expect here, guys. And if you see this review, that means there was some carbonation still left in it. We went ahead and reviewed it. And if you don't, you will never know. So, with that being said, this is Dark Noon from Big Muddy Brewing. They're up in Illinois, Murfreesboro, Illinois. This is a Russian Imperial Stout coming in at 11.5%. Like I said, I'm not sure I'm going to spend a whole lot of time if the beer is flat when I pop the cap and there's no carbonation. So I'm going to jump right into it and tell you at noon, August 21st, 2017, the skies over the Big Muddy Brewery will turn dark as night, and that was the eclipse we just had. I mean, the epicenter of the 2017 total solar eclipse. We brewed Dark Noon to commemorate this historic event of Russian Imperial Stout brewed with dark roasted malts in aged 6 months in oak bourbon barrels. Sounds pretty tasty. I really hope this is going to have some carbonation when I pop the cap on it. Without further ado, let's find out whether this beer review will continue. Alright. Be real quiet. I want to hear the hiss. Oh! We had hiss. Still carbonated. So how the beer leaked out, I do not know, guys. So we're going to continue. I am so glad. It had a big hiss too on top of that. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad this guy did not waste his money. But you cannot do that. You can't ship bottled beer. I wouldn't even ship a canned beer in a padded envelope. So we're just damn lucky still have some carbonation. So I hope it's going to be pretty tasty. So let's find out. I will tell you, the food pairing says general chocolate dessert digestive. Gosh, right, a Pinebacker 9 tumbler snifter. I got my favorite snifter today, guys. We poured this right down the center, and this 22-ounce bottle just had enough for that much. No, we had that much leak out of it. And it says here can be sold for a long period of time. Over to the light. There is none. It's pitch black, guys. A total eclipse, if you will. Let's get it to the nose. Rich roasted malt. Hint of some molasses and popping caramel. I am getting a little bit of the alcohol. It's just that's as fresh as it was only done in August 21st, and then today, and for Russian Imperial Stout, today is the 21st of September, so a month old. And I try to go back through my notes of emails and people that have sent it to me, and I remember that somebody sent me a picture of this, so they were going to send it to me, but I couldn't find it. And I posted the beer mail video of this, and I didn't get any response back on that from the guy that sent it to me. So if you sent this to me, let me know. There was no note in the bag. If it was, I couldn't read it. That much beer inside the bag. So let's see what we got here. Cheers, everybody. Definitely heavy on the bitter side. It almost has like it's got an off taste to it, guys. It's very astringent, and that may be some of the air didn't get into the bottle. I'm not sure, but it still had carbonation, so I wanted to check that before I threw the bottle out. Usually, when that much of it leaks out, some air can get into it, and it still had to hiss. So I wanted to give it a shot before I chucked the bottle. It almost has like a barley wine-esque without the sweetness to it. Doesn't taste like a typical Russian Imperial Stout. So I think there's something going on in there. Something that's got into the bottle, some air or something. It does have a slight hint of some booziness in it. So it's right out of the fridge. I did put it in the fridge because I wanted to see before I poured it down the drain if it had any hiss to it. If I'd opened up no hiss flat, I would have deleted all this. Let's sip on it for a while, see what we end up with here, guys. So, surprised to still has some carbonation to it, with that much of it leaking out of the bottle. So, I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I'm back. Got a little bit here. This beer is not that good. It's got a very astringent taste to it. It almost reminds me of some kind of wild ale, sour type taste to a Russian Imperial Stout. Not impressive at all. Would not buy this beer. I don't know if the beer leaking out allowed some air to get into it and change the taste of the beer. It is not pleasant. Well, the other half did not like it at all. She didn't even want a second taste of it. It is not impressive to me, guys. And I'm not impressed with it either. It's got something going on here. It's not good. Balance up. Very, very astringent. If this what a full bottle tastes like, they've got something going on with the brewing process, guys. With this one being that much leaked out of the bottle, I'm not sure whether it is, but looking at what I'm seeing on Untapped Beer Advocate, doesn't have any scores on this beer, guys. So I don't know if people have commented on it. Let me step over there real quick and see. There's two people have commented. And one guy's in the 4.27, the other one's 3.68. Over to Untapped, not very good, 3.01. So hopefully those guys haven't got a half a bottle that's leaked out, so it doesn't have very impressive scores. So not an impressive beer here. It gets a 4. Numeric rating on this would be a 70, and I would reserve judgment on that if I had good scores from everybody else, and it does not. So yeah, Not an impressive beer, not something I would spend my money on at all, period, zero. Uh, I don't know what else to say, guys. It's not a good beer. I would not buy this beer. Was not pleasant to drink at all. As a matter of fact, I poured about this much of it down the drain. She didn't want it. I didn't want it. I'm going to say it. It's a nasty beer. It's a nasty beer. Hopefully these guys will get something corrected. If Untapped had this in the 4 point something, I would say something happened to this particular bottle since it leaked that much out. But since they have it at 3.01, not impressive numbers from anybody. So, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt and pop the caps if it still was carbonated, but much better beers. Just about every other Russian Imperial Stout you're going to try is going to be better than this one. So these guys got something going on with their brewing process or their bottling process to have that astringent taste going on in the beer. So that's where we're going to leave it. If you had this, let me know. Dark Noon from Big Muddy Brewing. This is a 2017 edition. I almost need to have another one just to get the taste out of my mouth. That was pretty bad, guys. It was. Probably the worst beer of 2017 so far. Alright, let me know if you've had it, guys. Till we meet again. Let's go see what's in the fridge.